everybody, welcome back to Rachel and Bella Crafts. Rachel here. Hope you're all well. So welcome to my video for today. This is part of a collaboration. The collaboration is #MayYouBeInspiredBy, and it has been organised by Mandy Reed at Sunflowers and Doors in collaboration with Justine Jenkins at House of Mahalo. Now they are celebrating their 1-year anniversary for their fabulous Facebook group, which is called Junk Journal Ideas and Inspiration. And they have asked a group of YouTubers. YouTubers, that makes ourselves sound about like 19 and really cool, doesn't it? Okay, creators on YouTube. If we would put together a short video just telling you how we got into junk journaling and to give you a tip on basically something we wish we knew then that we kind of know now, if that makes sense. Okay, so how did I get into junk journaling? Well, I got into junk journaling through my mum. Mum is the Bella in Rachel and Bella Crafts. Mum was working on junk journals, oh my goodness, I probably want to say 2 or 3 years, I think, before she indoctrinated me and convinced me to have a go. Bless her, she was so enthusiastic about it. She was almost evangelical about it. It was quite funny, really. Literally every time she would visit, she would bring something with her or something new. And I was just like not switching into it at all. I was in a really stressful job at the time. I was a business manager for a cluster of primary schools. So I was kind of heading up property management, the finance management. I was on SLT. I was just fielding teachers, head teachers, all that, and like 1,000 children. It was just, I didn't have time for crafting then. It was just, no, it wasn't gonna happen. And I was just like, yeah, mum, okay. So she'd show us stuff. Oh, that's lovely, you know, and you'd look, and I just really wasn't grasping the concept of it. And it kind of frustrated me because I've always been very creative. I've always been quite crafty. Mum and I years ago went to Christmas craft classes, and we would make things, you know, obviously Christmas cards and things like that, but we made like wooden decorations, and which Mum has still got all of hers. I still got some of mine as well, but you know, things like that. And I used to make cards, handmade cards, many years ago, way before the internet. Definitely before YouTube, before Pinterest and all of that. Just when, you know, you'd have to go to the shop and buy your you know, the stick-on things and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was kind of like where I'd come from. But obviously then having children and busy home life, busy work life, gone into a management position, and just didn't have the time. And it just kind of had switched off, really, I think, because I think they say, don't they, your brain tends to function one way or the other, and mine had most definitely gone down the practical path rather than allowing myself to be creative. And I think because of that, I kind of felt that I'd, I don't want to get too deep and dramatic now, but I had really kind of like lost a part of myself because of it, and was just, I don't know, I just felt like life was going by in a daze. I honestly can't tell you what the moment was when it switched on, but I can remember making my first journals. I think Mum had made us all, I say us all as in myself and my siblings and my sister-in-law, I think my niece had one as well. She'd made us all beautiful journals for Christmas, and it was to put our, obviously, Christmas things in and keep our memories and stuff in. December dailies she was doing at the time, that's right. And I remember being fascinated. She would be texting me, I'd be in work, like trying to do the month budget report, and Mum would be sending me photographs on WhatsApp of her December dailies and what she was doing, and I was like, oh right, okay, yeah, that's great, okay, swipe up. Like, I'm trying to work here, I'm trying to do my maths, this is not good, Mother. And she must have sent me something the one day, and I remember just looking and thinking, gosh, that looks really good. What are you doing then? And I'm thinking, right, I need to look at this now. I need to, like, so I just took 10, never took lunch breaks, never took a break in, it was just like the whole day, just super stressed. And I was just like, no, I'm going to have a minute. Took the turn computer off and had a quick flick through the phone and was looking at what she was doing, and kind of like went over and had a quick nose on YouTube, because she was always sending me YouTube links, which I never clicked on. And I did, and I clicked on this one and I've started watching this video, and I think it was Rachel at Roxy Creations. She was chatting away in her usual laid back, relaxed welcoming, inviting manner. And I was just kind of, oh my goodness, what's going on here? And then I clicked on the next link then that Mum sent me, and it was Gail at Gail Nostinelli's channel. And again, was just, and I just found myself sat in work with my phone sat on one. In fact, I think this is the one. This is the phone thing that you see sat on my desk, because I had a free education show. And I had my phone on the holder and just the YouTube videos kind of mulling along in the background. And I was still working. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to have a go at this. So I decided to make this is the trouble with me. I'm either go big or go home. So I'm either all in or I don't bother. For some stupid reason, I decided to have a go at making a junk journal for my 4 admin staff, because I had 2 admin teams in each school, groups of ladies, and I thought it'd be really nice to make them something to thank them, because they were super duper team to have, and really helpful and just kind of got me through the day. So I thought, right, I'm going to make them all a journal. This will be a really nice thank you present for Christmas. Obviously, I decided to do this in November, because you know me, I am last minute Annie with everything. Shot up to Mum, so like, right, Mum, what do I need? What can I? So she kind of got all this stuff together for me. She got me some digis that she had printed there. She got me some book pages. She gave me a brief thing on how to do a cover. No, she didn't. She made my covers. I stand corrected. She made the covers for me, bless her. And they were lovely. So all I had to do was go home and make these signatures. Oh my goodness. Well, that just turned into a saga. I remember working, and I'd gotten back into scrapbooking, as I'd started watching all this stuff. I'd gone home and I'd had because we travelled quite a bit, or we used to prior COVID, and I had loads of photographs, and we keep everything from our holidays. So, every ticket stub, every airline thing, we've kept it for 10 years. So it was like the junk journalist's dream. And I had this big bag of stuff. I thought, right, I'm going to start by making a big album. So that's what I've been working on for about a month, and I was doing all of that. And then I'll have to show you that one day, actually. I thought, right, I'm going to do these journals. So everything got pushed out the way. We were actually decorating as well at the time, because we're usually doing that at a stupid time of year. So I was working on my knees on the living room floor with this big plastic box open, and just this stuff everywhere. And everybody would come in and what are you doing? Never mind, don't worry about it. And everything, of course, was laid out in 4s. Anyway, I got these journals done. They were... I was pleased with them. I bagged them. I made little paper bags and decorated them. The girls were overjoyed and they thought they were wonderful. And it gave me a bit of a confidence boost. Looking back at it now, oh my gosh, I probably cringe. But what I wanted to kind of get onto with you today, when we're talking about our tip, what I wish I knew then, or rather what I wish I knew now that I know then, or rather the other way around, there is no bad art. So I can't draw. I can't draw for toffee. Both my parents are genuine artists. They paint, they draw, they're amazing. We were unpacking the other day, and I'm pulling out their artwork, and I'm just looking at the thing. I could never do something like this. But so that's always been a little bit kind of a bit like the missing link with me, I suppose. It's like, how was I create? I'm not artistic, I'm creative, I always used to say. But there is no bad art. So things that we create when we are first starting out, then we may look at and we may think, oh, I'm not really pleased with that, or as I think Justine might have said it about it, not comparing yourself to other artists. You look at something and you watch a tutorial and you think, oh, I'd love to be able to do something like they've done that, but your work never looks like this. Well, no, of course it's not going to, because you've got a completely different style to them. You've got a completely different creative approach to that person. So your work is always going to be unique to you. And not only that, but I always think that whatever we create, we put a little bit of ourselves in too. So whatever you turn out is always going to be a reflection of, oh my gosh, that sounds even worse now what I'm about to say, and this is my worst project. But no, it's kind of a little bit of what's going on inside kind of goes into your work, doesn't it? But there's also involved the level of skill, the level of expertise, the level of experience. Well, my advice to you today is that your level of experience and expertise will grow the more that you do, the more that you create, it will grow. So I've got some examples here in front of me, just because I'm very visual. I like to see things. There was absolutely no way I was going to sit in front of the camera today. I'm sat here with my hair wet. That's why I just love doing this job. I don't even need to put my makeup on and leave the house. It's brilliant. But no, I wanted to kind of show you some examples. So This little journal here was a gift to me from Bella, from Mum. It was one of her earlier journals and one of her earlier true junky journals, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And not only that, but she also included in there imagery from one of my favourite book collections. There are photographs in there, family photos, but it is really, really lovely. And this is one of the things that really kind of captured my imagination with it, really, and my inspiration. So I thought, oh, I'm going to have a go at this. I'm going to, you see my baptism card in there from when I was 9. You know, little things like that. It was just, she just put so much thought into it. But like I say, this was one of her earlier ones. So this inspired me to kind of have a go. After I did those Christmas ones, I was like, right, I need to do this now. I need to make my own cover. I need to try and make my own junk journal. So I'm looking at how Mum put this together, and you know, the composition of it, because obviously I had this one in front of me. Well, this was the one that I wasn't happy with. So some things you make and they're great, and some are just quite not. So I looked at this journal over and over and over, and I think to myself, well, I'm not going to, you know, I couldn't bear to chuck it out. Why would I want to throw it out, you know? But what that did has captured my attention on, especially our Facebook group, over the last couple of years, is people saying things like they've made something, they don't love it, they've chucked it in the bin. And I'm like, how can you throw away your artwork? It's part of your journey. You know, this is you learning, this is you. I mean, I do look back at this and I think, what was I thinking? Why is that masterboard so thick? You know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was all part of me learning. I didn't make them that thick the next time, you know, and that was how I learned. You know, there's some pages in here that are white on the back. Oh, I don't do that now. I make sure that there's something goes on the back of them, just because I don't like the white pages. Again, some people do. It's down to your particular style and your particular thing. But I've had to think about it today, and I thought, what can I kind of impress on you today? Well, I'm going to do something quite dramatic now, so don't all gasp. But there is no such thing as bad art. And I'm going to show you why now. Because you can always go back. Where are my little scissors? I don't want to cut that long now. Cut the paper. You can always go back and improve it. Oh, I just hit you then, guys. I'm so sorry. So I'm now going to cut this very, very tight. Oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Signature out of this journal. And I am going to recreate this journal, or rather rebind this journal. And I'm going to take the lessons that I have learned over the last, gosh, what date is it? What year are we in? 3.5 years that I've been doing junk journaling. And I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to make it better, and I'm going to make it so that I like it, and that I'm like, oh yeah, remember when I did that? Yeah, remember when I made it better? Because I've learned now, and I've learned from the mistakes that I've made. So I'm going to say, for starters, the mistake I made here, the signature is just too big. So I didn't need all that in there. I mean, look at the way that my binding is gone. But it's okay. It didn't matter. I didn't need to go and chuck it in the bin. I didn't need to throw it out or do anything quite that drastic. Okay, spine way too thick, way too big for what I was doing. You know, it didn't need to be that big. Obviously, I'm not going to do anything about that now. I'm going to just make the signatures fit. And I'm also going to take note from Bella's journal there, because the one thing that I was never able to grasp that she does so well. Sorry, the reason I'm having to do it like this is because I created this as a it's a hidden it was a hidden binding in there, look, and I did it under the piece of paper, and I put it under, which I actually thought was very clever, because I didn't then have my binding sticking out. But okay, so I'm going to quickly highlight my I feel personal mistakes with this journal. So I started off this beautiful patchwork theme, didn't finish it. I should have stitched it. If I'd stitched it, these would have stayed down, and it would have just perhaps been a bit more interesting. Can I stitch up through the centre now? I'm not going to stitch up through the centre now, because if I do that, I'm going to disturb this inside lovely paper, and I don't want to wreck the whole thing. But I may add some stitching now around the outside and then re-glue down these pieces that are starting to curl, because I probably wasn't using the right glue at the time. I actually love the fabrics on this journal, and that was what inspired me, was the choice of fabrics that I had there. My binding, I will probably just have to add something over the top of that, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to take that out. I'll have a look at that in a moment. Signatures, way too thick, far too much in there for what was going to then be, but they're all the same size and they look really boring. I mean, check out this one here. What was so fascinating about this journal is that Bella's just got this amazing technique where she just layers different size pieces of paper, and it really draws the eye. It makes you want to look at the next page. Wow, what's on there? What's on there? What's on there? Do you know what I mean? So it just keeps that journey going. So my kind of learning curve bit today is that I'm going to take something old and I'm going to make it new, and I'm going to take the experience that I've learned now and I'm going to make it better. I'm not going to do it in this video because I've been this video is only meant to be short, but what I want to do is just inspire you and encourage you to know that wherever you are at now in your journey, just keep going, because who knows where it's going to end up, and it can only get better. The more you do, the better you will become, and you will find yourself, and you will find your style, and you will find what inspires you, and oh, there's just so much amazing stuff to be discovered. So if you would like to see me redo this journal, please feel free to join me in my next video. But no, if you would like to see this finished, I will be doing it on my next video. I'm doing the 100 days challenge at the moment, and this is going to be my day 62. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you massively to Mandy at Sunflowers and Doors and Justine at House of Mahalo for inviting me to take part in their collaboration. Wish you the very best of luck, girls, with your Facebook group. It is doing amazing. The stuff that is posted in it is so inspirational, and as somebody else said as well, quite rightly, not all the best stuff's on YouTube. You need to go and have a little look around what else is going on, and not all the best junk journalists are YouTubers either. So what comes out sometimes from the quietness of people just working quietly away in their craft rooms is quite striking, and they are the people that bring us the inspiration. Because gosh, guys, where do you think we get our ideas from? Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. You know, it's a community, and we share ideas and we learn and we grow. So make sure you tap into that community. Girls, very best of the rest of the collaboration. I will put a list of all of the other collaborators in my description box down below. There's also a playlist over on Mandy's Facebook group. No, on her Facebook group, on her YouTube, I apologise. And I would imagine there's probably a playlist on Justine's YouTube channel as well at House of Mahalo. So yeah, all the details will be in the description box below. Again, a huge thank you for having me, and thank you for joining me, and I hope that you've got some inspiration and ideas from my video today. Take care now. Thanks very much. Bye now.